The social order of any society is the creation of its social relations, which in turn depend on the interactions of various components of the society. If the social relations are positive and progressive, then factions and frictions will be smoothened. Social relations start from the relations within a family. Every individual is surrounded by many circles of family and comes under the influence of people belonging to the family circles, school circles, peer group circles, etc. Family attachment makes one, particularly the child, move into related circles in his or her adulthood. Family attachment may be one of strong attachment or weak attachment. There are studies to prove that the children with weak attachment have symptoms of deviance, which may later develop into criminality. And it has also been proved that children with strong attachments generally do not have deviant behavior. This unit tells you about the types of social relations and the impact of various circles of a family, school and peer group on the growing children and adolescents. Now, we shall see the objectives of this unit. You will learn from this unit significance of the family in the social domain, the family relations and family circles, strong and weak family attachments, school circles, religious circles, other circles. Now, let us see the significance of the family in the social domain. The social domain encompasses many types of social relations, attachments, trust and security. All these social variables start from one's childhood. Each of these relationships has its role in determining or preventing the criminality in an individual. There are empirical studies made by Bowlby, Ainsworth, Azon and Shraver to prove that the family relationships and other interactions exert a significant impact on one's tendency to commit a crime or not. As the family is considered to be the nucleus of the society, all the relationships either start from the family or have the impact of the family. Generally, for all normal human beings of the society, the family is a starting point and ending point for many activities. Most other relations in the society are either created by the family or influenced by the family. Therefore, if one's family attachment is strong enough, he or she would hardly move towards deviance and criminality. The social domain consists of a number of relations relating to all the components of social structure like the family, the school, the peer group, religion and religious institutions, social institutions, etc. Of all these components, the family is the most important component. One's personality reflects his or her family values. The Tamil proverbs, like mother, like daughter, and like father, like son, are believed even today. However, these proverbs have exceptions. Now, we shall see the relationships within a family and the family circles. As I stated earlier, family is the basic unit of the society. We find many relationships within a family, such as the relationship between the parents and the children, between brothers and sisters, between brothers, extra family relations such as daughter-in-law, brother-in-law, etc. It may also include the second circle and third circle relations, which mean the extended relations of the family. Whatever be the number of circles a family has, it is the first circle which has greater impact on the children's conduct and behavior. It also implies that the first family circle is the most important factor in shaping the conduct of the youth in the society. How do the youngsters grow within the first family circle? Every family, according to its socio-economic status, has its own unwritten norms and ethics, which all the members of the family are expected to observe. Hirschi's social bonding may be said to start from family bonding, reflected in parental bonding. There are many families with conventional values even today. They do not mind the drastic changes taking place around them. Majority of such families have well-disciplined sons and daughters who do not deviate from the family norms and generally do not resort to any deviance. On the other hand, children of the broken families and families in which children are not cared for due to poverty and unemployment are more likely to become deviant. There are many studies to prove this. Bowlby maintains that attachment plays a pivotal role in child development in that it forms its first internalized working models of others from its interactions with primary caregivers. Dwivedi also cites an FBI study of 1985, which points out that the family histories of many of these men, almost 36 serial killers, revealed instability, conflict, and evidence of how many of these individuals experienced lack of positive relationship within their family of origin and possibly exhibited a minimal attachment to others as a result. Now we shall see the strong and weak family attachments and detachment. As I said earlier, the culture, virtues and values upheld by the family play a major role in shaping one's conduct and character during his or her young days. What are the virtues and values which a family needs to uphold in order to put the children on the right track? Parents' discipline, unity of the father and mother, vice-free father, parents' devotion to family affairs, efficient management of the family affairs, exercising minimum direct control on children with larger indirect control, maintaining highest levels of attachments with children, attending to the reasonable needs of the children, showing respect to elders, guests and visitors in front of the children with a demonstration effect and upholding the religious values. All these are family virtues and values which a family should uphold. Children who grow up in such a family atmosphere are generally well disciplined and cultured, but this need not be 100% true in all the cases. It depends on the rural urban setting, influence of other circles like school circle, etc. It also depends on the social class to which the family belongs. Now we shall see the middle class values. There is a general belief that the family values, social values, obedience to rules and regulations and the law of the land as well are maintained by the middle class people of a society more than the people who are in poverty and unemployment and the rich people. The logic behind this belief is that while the poor people have an abnormal boldness which makes them not to obey the law, the extraordinarily rich people have the money and power to pay a price or bribe money for making the law bend in their favor. This logic easily reflects on the children of the three social classes, namely the rich, the middle and poor class of people. Robert K. Merton was of the opinion that many lower class people generally resort to illegal means to achieve their goals because legal means are beyond their reach. Moreover, such virtues of a family are generally hard to follow unless one learns self-control from his or her childhood. The family may also have its own objectives such as children's education, daughter's marriage, construction or maintenance of a constructed house. All the members of the family are expected to abide by such objectives so that the family order is maintained. If a child is well in conformity with the family order, he or she will hardly develop any deviant character. The family order which comprises family structure and family functions, may have three effects on the children, namely strong attachment, weak attachment and detachment. Children who are sober and submissive develop a strong attachment to the family order, while the children who are dynamic and daring develop a weak attachment to the family order. The difference between the two categories is that the sober category is normally confined to the family order, while the dynamic category partly moves out of the family order, yet does not become a deviant. The third effect, that is the detachment, refers to the attitude of some children who do not want to conform to the family order because of its rigidity. Such juveniles may gradually become deviant and later enter the world of criminality. Thus, family detachment and deviance very much go together. Family order, as stated above, has the function of crime control. The crime control mechanism of the family order is of two kinds, namely direct control and indirect control. Direct control is normally exercised by the parents or elders of the family. For example, the parents may question the children for their unwarranted movements, unsatisfactory performance in the class test, complaints, if any, from the school, or for their conduct in the family with reference to their daily routines and ever so many things. This amounts to direct control. Direct control also amounts to effectively punishing for crime. Indirect control amounts to the very awareness created by the family order among the children. That is, without there being any direct control coming from the parents or the elders, some children behave themselves in the family with remarkable obedience and conformity. Indirect crime control may be equated with self-control, with an awareness that deviance is wrong and bad. Now, what is the school circle? Next influence on the children comes from the school circles. Under this category, we may include both schools and colleges. Every school has the most disciplined and least disciplined students in every class. It may be said that the family order and family attachment have great influence on the children's conformity to the school order. The school order in turn depends on the general overall discipline maintained by the school. The school order includes certain main features. They are entering the school and class at the stipulated time, behavior in the class showing respect to the teachers and fellow students, attention in the class and performance in the examinations, participation in the sports and games and extracurricular activities, attention given to school uniform and personal dress. Depending on the student's behavior with reference to the 5-point scale I have mentioned, 3 circles or groups of students may be identified in every class as the bright circle, the dull circle and the bad circle. Each circle of students form their own homogeneous group. There are studies to prove the correlation between the school dropouts and juvenile delinquency. Many adult criminals have admitted that they became juvenile delinquents after dropping out of school in the studies conducted by many criminologists. It is also found that owing to some adverse economic conditions, some of the school dropouts become child laborers. They do not come into picture here. The bad circle boys start their deviant behavior even during their schooling and may continue after schooling. Some of them resort to violence even during schooling or during college courses. There is a consensus of view that campus violence is on the increase not only in India, almost throughout the world. Often we see the media reports about the shooting spree in the school campuses of the US. Campus violence takes different forms. They are indiscipline, reflected in the violation of the campus norms, erratic attendance in the class or frequent absence, teasing of bright and dull circle boys by the bad circle boys, group clashes on personal grounds within the campus or outside the campus, eve teasing in the campus, college students entering politics and resorting to group clashes, students harassing the teachers. Some colleges of Tamil Nadu are witnessing increasing violence in the recent years. There was a convergent media report on 11/10/2013 about the gruesome murder of an engineering college principal at Tuticorin in Tamil Nadu by 3 students of the same college who were suspended for their misbehavior. This was followed by another media report on 13/10/2013 that in the same place, Tuticorin, 3 students of another college were arrested for threatening their principal, who took disciplinary action against them for eve teasing. According to the police sources of Tamil Nadu, during the academic year 2012-13 alone, 17 cases of student violence have been registered. Following the incidences of campus violence, the Director of Collegiate Education of Tamil Nadu has sent a circular to all colleges to establish counseling centers to handle the abnormal students. It does not mean other states are free from students' violence in the campus. And now, the psychologists, criminologists, sociologists and policy makers are paying serious attention to the campus violence. Public opinions are converging around the following views regarding the campus violence. The youth need better monitoring at home by the parents. The institutional atmosphere must be improved to make it conducive for the overall development of the youth. The youth are distracted by the violent scenes shown by the TV and the films. The means to satisfy the mean desires are made easily available to the youth. Parental negligence of the children, increasing gap between the conventional values and current values of life. No doubt, these views are valid, but the modern trends indicate something fundamentally wrong with the modern society as far as the youth are concerned. In conclusion, it may be said that while strong attachment to the family and to the school makes one a law-abiding citizen, weak attachment to the family and to the school or college creates the chances of deviance, particularly among the bad circle boys. Now, let us pass on to see the religious circles. Religion plays a predominant role in the life of an average Indian, whether he is Hindu or Christian or Muslim. And an average Indian family is devoted to its own religion in its own way. Strong attachment of a family to its religion has a significant effect on the children. Children growing in such a religious atmosphere generally desist deviance, while children growing in a family with weak religious attachment easily move towards deviance. Thus, the family circle with a strong attachment to its religion may prove to be also the first religious circle. Such families maintain not only family virtues and values, but also their religious values. Every religion, Hinduism, Christianity or Islam, preaches the virtues and scorns the bad and vices. Naturally, the children growing in such a family atmosphere will himself have a strong attachment to the religious values and would keep it away from deviance. More than the family circle with strong religious attachment, there may also be influence of outside religious circle. Many orthodox Hindu families have their religious gurus or mentors. Similarly, many Christian families and Muslim families have their religious fathers or Maulvis whom they consult during times of family crisis, besides praying their respective gods. Children who come into contact with such religious gurus imitate religious values or spiritual values. Every religion has its own moral stories, epics and legends. Such religious literatures teach not only moral values and a life of virtues, but also indicate the punishment for the violation of values. Hinduism says, "Thou shalt pay for thy sin in the next birth." We find severe punishments prescribed in the Hindu literature for various sins. The second religious circle may be the pilgrimage groups going to places of sanctity like Sabari Hills of Hindus, Mecca of Muslims, or Velankani of Christians. Children also take part in such pilgrimages. Such children generally desist from delinquency for three reasons. They may have absolute faith in the values of their religion. They may fear the punishments prescribed in the respective religious literature for violation of the norms. They may have great regard for the religious chiefs or elders who organize the pilgrimages and worship. However, of late, we find such pilgrimages being taken up as rituals without any spirituality. Many youngsters also who join such pilgrimages take it as a religious tour, and soon after they return, they forget the spirituality of the pilgrimage. Other circles. Under this category, we may include the play group circles, peer groups, non-family elderly groups who are in a position to offer guidance and counseling to the children. The presence or absence of this category may also have such an influence on the children that they may think twice before committing an act of deviance. The children may think that an act of deviance may bring shame before this group of people. For example, if a boy of 10 or 12 years is taken to task for some act of deviance before another boy of the same age, the former may take it as a shame. Playgroup circles refer to the schoolmates or friends from other schools who may join for playing either indoor games or outdoor games. Peer group circles refer to boys of the same age in the neighborhood. Non-family elderly groups known to the family of the child may also have some influence on the moral values of the child. Now to summarize, in this unit, which is a complement to the previous unit, you have studied how different types of social relations exert an influence on the children in the society. It is obvious that the social and family relations have a great impact on the conduct and character of the growing children. You have studied the influence of family circles on the children, followed by the school circles, religious circles and other circles, including the play group circles, the peer group and non-family group circles. It implies that a normal child is directly or indirectly controlled by such relations in the society. Therefore, it may be said in this connection that if the social relation and interactions are improved, it is possible to reduce the juvenile crime rate.